trying not to swear here. Alaska has rules that if you hunt, you can't have a skiff delivered to you if you're a self-guided hunter like Bart and I are, so I bring these inflatables. And TSA decided to inspect my inflatable on the inside with a utility knife. So now that I'm calmed down, I'm trying to actually figure out what we're going to do, Bart. But we've got a hole this long in our main hunting craft, and we haven't even left the airport terminal yet. I don't know what to do.
I don't want to be in it.
First hurdle right out of the gate. May as well make this difficult. When I was up here 2 years ago, half our camera gear didn't get here. It's almost like when I come to this part of Alaska, every challenge, every hurdle that can be thrown out there gets put up there.
Well, Bart May, I'm gonna put my emergency items in there, because what the audience doesn't know is, because we've got a ruined raft, I'm getting in that little Cessna and they're flying me to a native village up north of where we were going to camp, and I'm renting a boat there. I'm going to drive it down the ocean to where our camp is. And Bart and the camera are going to take a different plane and fly into our camp, and I'm going to take the boat, head south to meet them, and we're all going to meet out on a little island. So. Well, I got my little dinghy and leaving Cake Village here, heading out of the harbor into the big one, and hopefully it goes well. Wish me luck. I beat the guys here. They're flying in. I just did about a, I don't know, hour and 15-minute boat ride from that native village all the way down into here. I told them I'd meet them somewhere around here, and this looks like the best camp spot. I just made a little buzz around the island looking for the camp spot, and I think we're gonna be hard pressed to find a better spot than this. Bart, if you wanted your ride home, there it was.
Boy. Literally on an island.
We are on an island.
So if you can imagine all the effort, all the time, everything that's went into getting here, planning this hunt, doing what we need to do, to have these kind of things happening, you're always on this precipice of what next.
Do you want me to hold anything while you pull?
It's the first day of the hunt, and we get out here and that motor is giving me fits.
I don't know if I've got not enough. I think I've had the, well, our throttle thing just broke too. I'm sure the audience is saying, does Randy go to Alaska and just rent junk so that he can have a little drama for his shows? Because they're probably tired of seeing me involved in these kind of events. Either that or they're laughing again. And I'm not laughing. You laughing, Bart?
No.
It's like, oh man. Here we are, we got a 5-day hunt, and on the first day we've got this kind of problem. It's going from bad to maybe even worse.
What's that?
No.
It's a 2-man boat motor at that point. Bart's running the throttle cable over on that side, and I'm steering with the tiller on this side, and Tyler, the camera guy's up in the front laughing and filming. But we got back to camp. So I call the person who rented us the boat and the motor, and I'm like, hey, this motor broke down. And they say, hey, I'm gonna send a person out there. They're gonna bring you this little, smaller motor. It's not really what this boat's designed for, but it'll get you around. And so they bring us this small motor. I think it's like a 10 or 15 horse, and we throw it on the back of the boat. First crank.
What's that? Starting on the first pole nonsense.
Yeah. Dodged the bullet there.
Bring a little carbon out of her hair.
So with the motor issue behind us, now our hope was, all right, we can hunt.
Where do you usually see him?
He's just straight ahead there. There's two little islands there.
On that first day, even though we didn't see much, we did see a bear that was quite cooperative. It's laying in the grass, it'd get up and feed, lay in the grass. And so we make a big loop behind an island, and in these tide areas, when you beach a boat and you've got an outgoing tide, someone better stay with the boat and just follow it out with the tide. And so I told Bart, look, you're first up. You go and look at that bear. When they came back, Bart says, nah, I think it was a sow. It was rubbed pretty bad. I wasn't going to shoot it. But at least it broke up the day. It gave us some thought of, hey, at least there's some bears out here, even though they're not as plentiful as I normally see them here. In my mind, I'm trying not to look worried, but Bart knows me well enough, but I think he's saying, I've seen this look on Randy before. He's a little fidgety. And I was. So the second day we go out, and I mean, we really give it everything. We're going way over here to the west and to the north, and we're in the bays glassing and looking, nothing there.
He's sleeping. You see his eyes closed? Now, if we could only get that close to a bear.
We go way to the south, we set up and we call and squawk. And nothing.
Well, I don't think any of them wanted to be a TV star today.
And so now we got 2 days off the calendar. We got 3 left. And it's, it's starting to worry me. Day 3 was just more of the same. Calling, glassing, doing whatever we could to try scrape a bear out of these woods. We get way south of here and we get to looking, and there's a bear over on the beach in the grass, and kind of all 3 of us see it at the same time. We're like, isn't that the same place where Bart did that stalk on the bear the other day? And we're like, yeah. And we're looking at it and we're like, well, It looks like a bigger bear. Doesn't look rubbed. Let's go check it out. And this time we both go in there and Bart's like, look, you're gonna shoot the bear. I'm like, no, and we're getting in this argument about who's gonna shoot it. And Tyler, the camera guy's like, I don't care what you guys shoot it. Somebody get up there and get ready to shoot it. So I ease up forward and get to within 120 yards and I'm watching, and that bear, he's in this really tall grass. And he's feeding and he sits on his haunches and he looks at us and he's got some grass sticking out of his mouth. I got the crosshairs right on him and I'm resting on my pack. This bear, if I want to shoot that bear, he's dead as a mackerel. I can see he's got a big scar right here going right above his left eye, over the top of his head. So he feeds around, he sits down, feeds a little more to my left, and then he starts walking back in the trees, and I squawk on my call a little bit, completely oblivious. I look back at Tyler and Bart, and they're looking at me like, what were you thinking? That was a big bear. And to be honest, I don't know what I was thinking. I looked at it, and my first impression was he wasn't that big of a bear. Now seeing it on footage, and after we got back, I'm like, oh no. As many hurdles as we have in front of us, Randy, and you are going to pass on a bear like that?
Really? You think that was a 6-foot bear?
Yeah.
All right. I've got the guy who taught me how to spot and stalk bear hunt and the guy who taught him how to spot and stalk bear hunt. They're both telling me I screwed up by passing that bear. Oh well. I screwed up.
I'm not sure what the poor people are doing today, but doesn't matter how much money you have, you're poor compared to what we're doing.
I told Bart, you know what? We got 2 days left. We got to find a bear for you to shoot, and we got to make it work out. We're telling an old hunting story, you know, we're all living in the same area, Montana. We've got this place and that place and da-da-da. And we look over to the shore just 200 yards from where we'd sat for the last 4 hours, and we're like, there's a bear there.
It's a big bear. He looks big. He looks big. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too excited.
Let's get out of sight.
Okay.
And through the binoculars and spotting scope, we can see this big scar above his head. And Bart's like, that's the same bear from last night. I'm like, I know. And I'm just waiting for Bart to shoot, and he's waiting, and he's waiting, and he's waiting.
I'm dead on him. Boy, that is a good bear. It's on him, bud. What? I don't know.
We didn't know how the hit was. We looked on the footage and it looked like it might have been a little high or it might have been a little far back. So we just gave him, well, over an hour before we even started over that way. And here's why. 3 years ago, right over here, I lost a bear on this island because he got in this thick brush. Some of these places are just, if you've hunted Southeast Alaska, you know what I'm talking about when I say the Devil's Club jungle. And I didn't want that bear to get in there. He got in there.
Have you found any blood yet?
And then we get over there and there's no blood. And there's no blood. Nothing. We're like, oh man, this is not gonna be good. It's getting dark.
So Bart and I are here hands and knees. We finally found some blood here about a quarter mile away from where he shot him. Yeah, maybe 300 yards, but right here, these leaves, blood. Here's some blood here. It appears as though he's going this way.
And now we're on hands and knees, just going and going and finding a little blood here. And then where he bedded, a big pool of blood here. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what? This is exactly what happened when I lost this bear. And we probably were on our hands and knees for another hour. And all of a sudden Bart says, what was that? And because there's 3 of us walking through this thick brush, I don't have a round in my chamber. I mean, just basic safety says you don't put a round in your chamber when you've got 2 other guys in this thick of brush. So I hear this whoop. And I get on my hands and knees and I crawl under this brush and I start to get to my knees and then up to my legs, and all of a sudden right in front of me a bear starts to try to get up and he's like, "Whoop."
Shoot that thing! Is he down? Do I need to keep going, Randy?
I didn't have a round in. He came right around that tree right there.
Did he really?
This way, dear.
I heard him.
He took off running this way. I went to shoot him and I didn't have a round in. And if he wouldn't have been hit so hard, he would have been on me before I could have done anything. What is that? 3-4 yards away?
No, it's feet. That's 8 feet away.
Okay, 8 feet according to these guys.
It was one of the most hair-raising experiences I've ever had in all of my hunting.
There he is. Great bear. There you go, Bart May. There's a really nice Alaska black bear.
Bad luck.
And sure enough, it does have the big scar. It's the same exact bear I passed at 124 yards the night before because I didn't think it was that big of a bear. And now I see it laying there, I'm like, Randy, how could you have misjudged this bear to that degree?
It just goes to show you can't give up.
You can't.
I mean, and it's easy to, and I was that way, so it's nice to have a partner that can, you know, I mean, encourage you and not make you want to give up because you owe it to the animal, and it's easy to say, well, he's off in the brush. And
Well, Bart, congratulations.
thanks.
Remarkable experience.
Oh man, yeah, we won't forget that one.
What do you say we get a couple pictures of you and get this bear took care of?
Okay, sounds good.
But the beauty of it is, Bart May comes to Alaska. I get to show him why this place is so special to me, all the things it means to me. And he's able to shoot a really nice Southeast Alaska black bear. The hide is beautiful. Everything about it is just exactly what you could hope for. And then we've got a day to get that bear out of the brush, quartered, and back to camp, and the big plane's coming to get us.